find my books. Yeah, I see. The second one. Yes, no. Let's get started. Right, good morning everyone. I'm going to speak in Vietnamese too, because there's some Vietnamese people who are cooking for us, cooking our lunch for us in the dining hall. We're piping it over there for them to listen in. So please bear with us. It's our tradition to explain it and make the instructions available to everyone who wishes to learn. First of all, the meditation techniques we're going to call it Zen, like everyone knows about, everyone is aware of. But we decided to call it Chan because Zen is basically has the same meaning as Chan. Because Zen is a Japanese pronunciation of Chan. And why did we choose not to call it Zen? They keep on insisting on using a term that's not known to most people, to many people. It's because Chan is, to me, a more complete set of instructions on meditation than Zen. What I'm trying to tell you is Chan meditation is based on a Chinese meditation tradition, and it came to us via Master Hsuan Hua, my teacher. He's a Chinese monk who came to the U.S. with the express purpose of bringing Mahayana Buddhism to the West. And as such, Chinese Mahayana Buddhism takes Chan as the part of the main teachings in propagating. So in terms of meditation techniques, in terms of Buddhist meditation techniques, you will find nothing more comprehensive than Chan meditation. Okay? I contrast that, and without, and I hope you don't get offended by it, I contrast that with, for example, the Hinayana meditation techniques. When you hear about Hinayana meditation techniques, basically they teach about, many of them reveal the Hinayana background or Hinayana inclination by teaching, by emphasizing mindfulness. Anyone heard of that? That's what I've been reading in meditation books. The last 20 years, I've been practicing. When I read about meditation books, when you read something that mentions mindfulness, teaching, mindfulness, and so on, everyone knows about it. It's real popular. It's popularized by the Hinayana teachers, okay, they teach about mindfulness. Okay, that is a small subset of meditation, if you ask me, my personal opinion. Okay, Hinayana, they don't quite present the entire meditation techniques of Buddhism yet. It's only a subset, in my opinion. Okay. Khi mà nói về thiền thì mình nói thiền tông là nói về cái thiền tông của Đại Thừa. Thiền tông Đại Thừa nó khác rất nhiều cái thiền tông của những cái bên Nguyên Thủy hay là Tiểu Thừa, mà quý vị có thể nhận ra cái Nguyên Thủy của họ bằng cách là họ chuyên môn dạy về cái chánh niệm. Okay. Cái thiền của Nguyên Thủy là phải xin lỗi mà nếu phải đụng chạm một vài người đó, thầy phải trình bày cái sự hiểu biết của thầy thôi. Đó là một cái hiểu biết nhỏ của một người tiểu tăng thôi, vì phải suy nghĩ mà không cần phải tin tưởng hết tất cả cái lời nói của thầy đều theo cái ý cái hiểu biết của thầy. Thì cái thiền của bên Nguyên Thủy chỉ là một cái phần nhỏ của cái thiền chánh tông của bên Đại Thừa thôi. Okay. Khi vị tu từ từ mình sẽ thấy sự khác biệt rất lớn. I'm not talking in theory, I'm talking about practice, I'm talking about realization. Okay, and so you contrast. I actually started contrasting Chan meditation, which is my teacher, a Chinese monk, Master Hsuan Huang, brought here from China. Okay, so he said this is basically, this is work. This is the beginning of Mahayana Buddhism in the West. Okay, it's a very big statement. I will not comment on that. But this is what his very words. And part of that is the Chan meditation branch. Okay, that's what we're teaching. You also can contrast that with the meditation that is taught by the Tibetan monks or Tibetan tradition. Okay, quý vị có thể so sánh cái thiền tông với lại cái thiền của bên Tây Tạng họ dạy. Again, in my personal opinion, the Tibetan don't quite understand meditation yet, from what I've seen. Về cái cách nhìn của thầy thì bên cái phái Tây Tạng cũng chưa hoàn toàn hiểu cái thiền tông này. Okay, and therefore that's why I decided to call this Chan meditation, to convey, to try to tell everyone that this is a full meditation techniques from Mahayana that we're teaching. Anh thầy mới chọn cái chữ thiền tông thay vì những gì thiền Tây Tạng hay là thiền Nguyên Thủy để nhấn mạnh cái vị trí của cái thiền tông pháp môn chúng ta tu đó là pháp môn của cái thiền tông của cái Đại Thừa. Alright, any questions about that? So my master, my teacher, Venerable Hsuan Huang, came here about 40, 50 years ago, 60 years ago, in the 1960s, okay, to teach Mahayana Buddhism. And his instructions to his pupil was that, and he spent 40 years teaching it before he died, 10 years ago, 17 years ago actually. And he passed away about 20 years ago, 17 years ago. And his instruction to his pupil was that you take over the torch and you teach Mahayana Buddhism in your own ways, in your own words. Ngài Tiến Hóa, Ngài ở đây 6 năm trước, 6-7 năm trước, Ngài dạy Phật Pháp, đem Phật Pháp qua cái suy nghĩ này, qua Tây Phương. Thì Ngài ra lệnh là học trò của Ngài phải truyền hóa, phải giảng cái Phật giáo theo cái lời của họ, theo cái hiểu của họ. And therefore, for the last 20 years since passing, the last 17 years since my master passed away, our generation, our second generation, has been trying to explain Mahayana to the best of our abilities. 17 năm vừa rồi, cái đệ tử của Ngài bắt đầu giảng kinh Đại Thừa, giảng pháp môn Đại Thừa. And what I found is that very few of his disciples, the second generation of Mahayana, true Mahayana teachers, teach about meditation, leave alone Chan. Thầy mới khám phá 17 năm vừa rồi ít người đệ tử nào của Ngài dạy thường xuyên. Thế thì we teach meditation. We've been teaching Chan meditation for basically the last several years. Thầy dạy cái thiền tông, dạy thiền đã 7-8 năm rồi. And so, as such, if you want to know more about Chan meditation, I'm here and you see it on the screen. I'm here in Amazon, and you do a search on Chan Handbook. I'm very happy to see that my teacher's Chan teachings is the first hit that you find on Amazon. That makes me very happy. Okay, it's called Chan Handbook, Talks on Meditation. Okay, at this price here, it's very, very cheap. Okay, it costs more than that on CreateSpace to print this book. Okay. Yes.
What is the difference between Chan and Zen?
Okay, very good. Good question. Câu hỏi là giữa thiền với thiền với Zen khác nhau thế nào? I feel that the Zen teachings, as translated into English, is excuse me if I offend some of you. It is deplorable. 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 Pitiful.
What happened to Zen?
I don't have the honor of reading the original Zen teachings. I only read a lot of Zen teachings in English. Okay, I've read tons of material of Zen translations from Zen masters, from their own disciples. Okay, I read so many of them, and I'm just like most of you. I hunger for information. I like to read up on things in order to broaden my mind. And I read so many Zen teachings in English. I'm very unhappy because I find most of them virtually, too many of them. Well, let me put it this way. I have yet to find anything from the Zen translations I've read so far, okay, from many sources, from many channels that give me a good understanding of what Zen is about. Or it shows that these people, these translators, I don't dare comment on the original Japanese teachers. It's not fair to them. Now, I've never met them before, therefore I am not at liberty. I do not wish to comment on them, but I will comment on the translation of their disciples. I will tell you my personal opinion. I feel that these translations are, number one, they fail to convey the principles of Zen or Chan as I understand it. Number two, it shows that these translators don't quite understand meditation yet, Zen meditation yet. Okay? That's why I don't want to call it Zen even, because then it equates Chan to Zen. It's not the same. This is from the same source, but the understanding as it is translated into English is not the same.
So Zen is a word that's been used, supposedly the same concept with Chan in Japan?
Right. Zen originated from Chan. What happened is that a Japanese monk went to China in the 6th or 7th century, and he learned about Chan. And then he learned for a few years, less than several years, within several years, and he came back to Japan. He brought Chan back to Japan. He brought it back, and that's why they call it Zen, because Zen is basically a Japanese pronunciation of Chan. So he wanted to honor his teacher, the Chinese teacher, by calling it what it is, Chan, and in Japanese, which is Zen. All right? Here's my comment to you. It's just my personal opinion. I feel that to learn about Chan within a few years, within several years, is not enough. It doesn't matter. Okay? It may be enough if you are advanced. If you're not advanced yet, it's not enough. Okay? If you are enlightened, you can look at a teacher and you can immediately grasp what the teacher is about, what the teacher teaches you. In one instant, if you're not enlightened yet, it takes enlightenment for you to understand Chan, by the way. Is it clear? You cannot understand Zen, you cannot understand Chan unless you are enlightened. Now Peter is having a good time. Only he comes here for this kind of talk from me. You wouldn't hear it anywhere else, or wouldn't read it anywhere else, because I know when I talk like this, no one takes me seriously. That's why I can talk freely. When I get older and get more, my station improves in my profession, if you will, then I have to be more cautious, because I don't want to offend a lot of people. Right now, no one takes me seriously. He's an idiot. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Don't take him seriously. That's why I have a free tongue right now. Okay. When I reach what we call in our profession, Hesha, that's when I don't say, yes, you are right. Yes, you are good. You are wonderful. And donate more money to my temple. Something like that. Right now, no one takes me seriously, so I can't do any harm for anyone. Okay. So I'm free. That's why I plan to retire before I reach my higher station, and then I'm bound by all kinds of things. And life, my profession ceases to be interesting to me. Okay? I believe in being at ease and being free to express my opinion, not worry about how people react to it. Okay. Yet. All right. So I feel that the Chan that I learned from the Chinese is more satisfying to me personally than the Zen I learned from the English sources. That's why, to tell you the truth, I'm not impressed with the English Zen to be with. Okay? I don't have the honor or the blessings to read the Japanese teaching in Chinese characters. I wish someone would give it to me one of these days. In Chinese characters, I will recognize Chinese characters. I'd love to read them. I don't have time to do it right now. We're so swamped, okay, in our small temple, because we're so busy doing Dharma, producing, manufacturing Dharma, like my teacher asked of us. So coming back to the point, okay, I'm not even translating the Vietnamese. I don't worship the Vietnamese too much, especially my cooks back there, who thinks highly of the Zen people. So, okay, so. So my teacher, even though he created his pupils they should be teaching Chan and so on, none of his pupils really have been teaching Chan at all. Okay, so this Chan handbook here is the original teaching that my teacher, Master Hsuan Huang, gave us to this country, to the Western cultures. I highly recommend it to all of you. I really do. Get this. It says here there's something like only 6 left or something like that. Okay. Buy it at this price. You know what? I saw another here. Let me show you another $6.95. Okay. On page 2. Okay. On page 2 here. Is it page 2? There is another Chan handbook somewhere here that lists for $19.95. That should be the price, I feel. Okay? Oh, it's gone. They don't have it anymore. See, it's sold out already. Okay, so I'm very pleased to see what happened. Oh. Okay, let me do a Chan Handbook search. Okay, my teacher, the Chan Handbook here, I feel that it's a wonderful, wonderful reference book. Why? Because it is happened to be collected by his disciples. I think I know who corrected it because I see the footprint. I see the process behind it. And this here, this Chan Handbook here, is for the advanced practitioners, if you ask my opinion. Okay? This, his disciple who collected Master Hsuan Hua's teaching, collected at the level that he wants to teach the group of people that they need to develop in order to help propagate Mahayana. This is another opinion of mine. That's why this book here is tailored to that group of people. Okay? It's very advanced. So what you're doing is when you read this book, you planted the seeds for yourself, okay, to bring yourself to that level where you are. Is it clear? That's why I recommend it for you. Don't try to understand it. Okay? Jeannie, you remember what I told you last weekend? Don't try to understand. Just read. And let it soak in, let it seep in naturally. Okay? And you will use whatever you can understand out of what you learn. And that's good enough. And as you progress along, you get more and more out of it. That's why this is a reference book I recommend. You keep on reading it and reading it and reading it. And as each time you read, you get more out of it because it happens because your kung fu, your concentration power increases. That's when you get a little bit more out of it. I'm describing to you the process. You do it like that, you keep on reading it and reading it over and over again. And naturally you get more out of it if you practice meditation. Is it clear? Alright, so I highly recommend this book. Do not listen to the 5 comments here. Look at the 5 comments. They're horrible. They're horrible. I wish that more his disciples would make more of these ratings. You look at his 4 or 5-star rating, okay, and 2, 3 5-star. Let me show you the 3 stars rating. This is by a bunch of nonsense, okay. He says, I hope I don't get bad karma for writing this, okay. A disco dancer. What can you expect from a disco dancer commenting on meditation books? Okay, you know, anyone knows about disco, by the way? See, China doesn't know disco. Anyone knows about disco? Disco was in the 70s, right? You and I, that's our era. We grew up in disco, didn't we? Yeah, like Saturday Night Fever. There you go. He's my kind of man. Okay, disco dancer. There is, he says, collection of a bunch of things. This is not to be much to be learned from reading it. The guy's an idiot. Okay? Disco dancer is a total idiot. Okay? Don't listen to this. Okay? And then he said, another reviewer compared the writer of this book to Master Sheng Yin. Sheng Yin is very low level Chan practitioner. He's dead already, that's why I can talk like this. Okay? He's a very famous Taiwanese monk. Very low level. Okay? Hey, it says, Master Sheng Yin writing is organized and demystifies Chan, which is contrary to this book. Hsuan Hua doesn't have the courtesy of saying Venerable Hsuan Hua. Master Hsuan Hua is very, very big level monk, by the way. He's a patriarch, very highly regarded in our circles. So he compares Sheng Yin writing is organized and demystifies Chan. Sheng Yin is so far away from understanding what Chan is about. He has no business writing a book on Chan. I'm teaching Chan, you ask me. Okay? That drives up all my Taiwanese donations from now on. Okay? But then again, my target donation is 0 at this stage, what do I care? No, I'm kidding. Okay, so you see, that's 1. I don't have, okay, and then what's another 3? 3 star, it's 1, okay? And the 5 stars are also a bunch of crap as well. You don't know what I'm talking about. Okay. Excellent Chan meditation. This first handbook here is from some sort of authority on meditation or some kind of teacher meditation. The first one here, don't read it. It's a bunch of crap. Okay, you read it, and if you agree with me, then you have some potential. Okay, this is the only thing I found that makes sense. Okay, this guy is excellent child meditation resource. This is one of the best child meditation resource. Certainly recommend read for everyone interested in meditation or not. This is the best comment I saw in all 5.
It's not your students?
It's not mine. It is from one of his pupils. This is our style of talking. You know, if you talk to Thomas, my student, you find out he's very wordy. I told him to talk to the newcomer for 10 minutes. He went and talked to him for 20 minutes. He has so much to convey. He said, I know so much about Chan. I don't even tell you about what we do. I'm trying to do it in 10 minutes. I can't. I do it in 20. Okay. And you understand Chan, 1 line. Okay. I highly regard this guy. Unfortunately, there's nothing for you. There's nothing for you at all. You read all that crap, and this guy up here said, I have you. This guy here said, I have so many more sources of references for you. All these sources of references are ugly. Okay? I wouldn't recommend any of his recommendation on review number 1. Okay? Don't go there. You're wasting your time. You really are wasting your time. Okay? Why am I doing this? Because of vested interest. Okay? We've been working very hard for the last few weeks, and I'm very happy to announce to you that we throw our hat in. You see, see the price here? This is what it's supposed to cost, $20.75. It just increased, by the way. It was $19.95 this morning, and now at 10:33 in gross meat time, it increased the price to $20.75 now. I'm telling you, it's inflation. Okay? Trust me, you want to buy that book, buy the $6.95 as soon as possible. It only goes up in price. Okay? I'm very happy to announce to you that we also throw our hat in the ring. And we have our own Chan handbook. Took me half an hour to bring you to this point. Okay? This is only Kindle edition. Okay? I highly recommend this as well. This is easier to read than Master Master Hsuan Chan handbook. This is geared towards the lower level. I'll be honest with you. Master Hsuan Chan's handbook, as they collected it, is for advanced people. That's why these idiots who made the reviews didn't get any out of it. You got it? Whereas this Chan handbook here is designed for the amateur, to the beginner, to the practitioner, to level 9 Samadhi. Actually, it's a little bit higher than that, but I'm not revealing to you which level yet. Okay? So I highly recommend this because it will give you, this is Kindle edition only, will give you some very important fundamentals about Chan meditation, okay, that you want to know about. Okay. All right. So that's all I have for you today. Any questions? Yes.
It's too much question.
Yes.
I accidentally found the word of flower of life. Is it in the Chan also? Flower of life.
Flower of Life. Is that a book?
So it's like I don't know, it's maybe like a concept.
Flower of Life.
Because I saw.
It sounds like a Harlequin novel.
No, it's it's found in many different cultures, and they're talking about it recently.
The Flower of Life.
So I thought that maybe that's also in the Chinese.
Okay, what is the Flower of Life in your culture?
It's not in my culture. I just found out by one of the person's incidents.
Mm-hmm.
And when I found on YouTube, they're talking about it. They said it's found in ancient Egypt, in ancient Japan, in ancient something.
Okay,
And
ancient
it's-
something. I'm
I thought
too
maybe
ancient
it's
for me. I'm
Chinese.
modern something. Okay.
It's okay, forget it. Thank
Now, here's my answer to you. Flower of Life. The title is too vague, first of all. Okay? It's too vague, it's too nebulous to me, and therefore I have a hard time grasping what the concept is. Okay? I will tell you that a couple of things today before we close. Number one, why we meditate, why do we practice Chan? Okay, I will tell you my personal opinion is that Chan has two functions that are very important to all of us. Number one, it enriches your life. I will tell you all my students who practice meditation with me in the last several years, their lives are richer, they're happier. That's the life I'm talking about. Okay? The flower of life, I prefer the word like enrich or beautify, because it's more descriptive of what this process is about. It enriches our lives. Okay? The practice is supposed to help you feel better about yourself. That's what Mahayana is about in my mind. Mahayana is not something that is theoretical. It is something that's practical, very, very practical. It is what Danny has been talking about. He came to a Chan class and says, the first lesson, you taught me about tension. You taught me about how is it when I get tense, I don't breathe deeply enough, naturally. And by realizing that I'm tense because my shortness of breath, I realize I'm tense. Therefore, I begin to focus on my breathing. And therefore, the tension goes away. That's very practical. That's what Chan is about. Okay? But beyond the practical aspects, okay, the practical aspects bring you, those are designed to help enrich your life. Okay? It opens our mind. Enrichment meaning that it's broader, it's getting bigger and broader and bigger and broader and deeper. That's what enrichment means to me. Flower, as Shana in the title, the talk of flower of life. Flower, to me, it could be interpreted as something like shelter. Okay? Like she's a flower of Asia. Some of these Chinese movies come to mind. The flower of Hong Kong. Okay? The flower is, to me, is a little bit shallow, a little bit materialistic, if you will. I rather like prefer the word enrichment. I don't know if it makes sense to you or not. Life is about enriching your life.
It's my fault. Sorry for that about this.
It's your English, right?
No, it's more of geometric shape, but it's my fault. Don't worry.
Okay, I forgive you, whatever your fault is. Okay, so it is about enrichment. It's about broadening of the mind. That's what Chan is about, by the way. You can look at it as a practical level and say if it benefits me, which I will bring me to the point to number 2, because I'm preparing for edition number 2 already for the Chan handbook. Okay, oh, by the way, see how I discreetly advertise our book by flashing on the screen and not moving away from this page? You see, that's part of enrichment process. I'm kidding. Okay. Point number 2 is about, I will talk to you about tension today. Okay. Elaborate a little more on tension for yourself. Now, enrichment is because it opens our mind, makes us more receptive, more awe-embracing, more accepting of things that we don't understand, things that we disapprove of, more tolerant, if you will, okay, and more patient. That's part of the enrichment of our lives. Okay? And finally, it's a gradual process where Chan is ultimately is to help you becoming more noble. Okay? What is nobility? Nobility is higher status. Let's face it. Higher status, folks. As your samadhi power increases, your concentration power increases, your status, your station in life, your status in the cosmos increases, by the way. Your neighbor may not recognize it, but I recognize it. And all the people in the universe recognize it. Say, this is Miss So-and-so who has reached 5th Samadhi. You have your status, you have your place in the hierarchy of the universe. Believe it or not. This is what I ask you to have an open mind, because Chan is a lot bigger than you think. It's more than what you can see. There's a universe called Dharma realm, Buddhist term is Dharma realm, where there's a hierarchy of beings. There's a status, if you will. Okay? And Chan practitioners reach to a certain level of accomplishment. That's their corresponding status in the universe. The ghosts and the spirits and the gods recognize it and treat you accordingly. Okay? Lucky for you that Peter doesn't know, therefore he says, look at you like an idiot. So that's why we can be at peace. We can be ourselves. Okay? Not worry about what other people think. But there is a status in Chan. And in your practice of meditation, Chan meditation, you rise in status. Your station in life improves. Okay? Until you reach the ultimate, which is called Buddhahood, which is the noblest of the nobles. Okay? There's no higher level of attainment beyond Buddhahood. You may not believe me right now, okay? But eventually you will. Okay? It's nobility. Okay? That's why Chan practitioners become more and more dignified, more and more noble. Okay? Yes. Power up. You can turn on the power, there's no need to turn it on. Yes. Yes, Peter.
To reach the highest level of Buddhahood,
Yes.
you just meditate through empty mind, keep empty mind.
No. To reach Buddhahood, first of all, you have to become enlightened. Then, the first level of enlightenment gives you a glimpse of the state of the Buddha. Only a glimpse. At that stage, then you say, wow, this is so wonderful. I only see one facet of Buddhahood. And I find it so fascinating. You tell yourself, you say, wow, I'm not going to stop. And then you continue to practice, you continue to progress. Your samadhi increases. It gets higher and higher and higher. When I talk about, for example, in our chant class, I talk about 9 levels of samadhis. Okay? I'm being modest. Okay? There are millions of levels of samadhis, million levels, million kinds of samadhis. When you reach up there to a level of enlightenment, there are many, many more. And you continue to progress. And the higher levels you reach, the more fascinating, the more rewarding it becomes. You can't stop anymore. You say, this is it. I found my passion. I found my way. You don't ever want to stop.
So the method being used under empty mindedness or empty mind
The empty mind is only the starting point.
So when you face the wall,
Yes.
when you face the wall empty mind.
What do you mean face the wall?
Dharma's meditation, according to the record, shows that the Dharma meditated 7 years in the cave, facing the wall.
Bodhidharma
Facing the wall.
Yes.
Did he face the wall empty mind?
No. Facing the wall he chose to do that, but it has nothing to do with empty mind. Venerable Bodhidharma, by the way, Venerable Bodhidharma is Indian monk who brought Buddhism to China. Just like my teacher, Master Shuma, brought Buddhism to America. The Bodhidharma brought Buddhism from India to China. So he's a founder of Chinese Buddhism. Okay? And he brought Chan from India to China. He's the founder of Chan, Chinese Chan, okay, as we know it, okay, as we practice. Now, when he came to China, he was mistreated, like most patriarchs, most pioneers, more trailblazing pioneers were. And so he went to the Shaolin mountain, and he sat down and meditated for 9 years facing a wall. Okay? Now, Peter, Venerable Bodhidharma, his enlightenment, his level is extremely high. How do I know? I can't even recognize him. I don't even know where he's at. That's how high he is. Okay? So, it is so high that it's beyond emptiness. It's about enlightenment. It's about true emptiness. Emptiness, you folks mentioned the word emptiness. Basically, to differentiate in Buddhism between emptiness and true emptiness. Emptiness is what the 4th stage aha, the 9th level of samadhi experiences. It's an experience of state of emptiness. Everything disappears. What does it mean disappears? Nothing matters. Okay? You have it, it's great. You enjoy it. You enjoy the food. You don't have it, you don't suffer because you don't have the food. So you're free. That's what it means, everything disappears. Nothing really matters. Okay? Enjoyment or pleasure, they're all the same. Okay? In fact, actually it's not true. When you get there, you find out that enjoyment is a lot more enjoyable than you think as you experience it. It's so much more blissful than your pleasure, than what you call happiness. It's nothing compared to the state of happiness of the 4th stage aha. Nothing. No comparison. Okay? You don't have to believe me. When you get there, then you know what I'm talking about. Yes?
So if I understood you correctly, then the Bodhidharma didn't meditate facing the wall. He didn't meditate facing the wall empty mind.
He meditated.
He meditated, but not empty mind.
Yeah, he's enlightened already.
He's enlightened already.
Yeah. So let me explain to you for your sake. Emptiness in Buddhism, emptiness is a state of wisdom, state of realization of an aha. Very, very high level. Okay. It's freedom, total bliss. Okay. And you contrast with something else called enlightenment. which is much, much higher. It's called true emptiness to the Buddhists, to the Mahayana. For example, Hinayana understands about emptiness. That's all they do. Their meditation brings them to the level of understanding of emptiness. You got that? Mahayana is true emptiness. It's much, much higher level of emptiness. That's what we call it, true emptiness. That's why I say the Mahayana chant is much bigger, much more profound than Hinayana meditation because of that difference. Is it clear?
So when he faced the wall,
He still insists on talking about the wall.
when he faced the wall, he got already enlightened, so he's not seeing the wall with his six senses, right?
He's meditating.
He's not seeing the wall with his six senses at all.
No, he's not.
No, he's not. Then he's not seeing the wall with his six senses, therefore, isn't it that the Buddha nature in the wall, have the Buddha nature in the wall view himself, not seeing but being seen?
He's not seeing the wall with your confused six senses.
Right.
He's seeing the wall with his true nature.
True nature.
His true nature. All right? It's quite different. Okay? Your sensory organs is what enable you to differentiate between the outside and the inside. Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay. Now, when it's a good thing you brought it up because I need you to understand this. Meditation, when you first start out to meditate, you need to learn to differentiate between inside and outside. The outside comes to you, come inside to you through your sense organs. Your ears hear sounds, you registers in here. Your nose smells food coming from the dining hall. Okay? So the external world comes inside you through your sensory organs. Is that clear? And these sensory organs are erroneous. And therefore, your perception of external world is erroneous, is inaccurate. You know, the physicists, they say that there's something called measurement error. Every time you measure something, there's a measurement error of epsilon. Okay? Now, it's because our sensory organs are inaccurate. Alright? When Venerable Bodhidharma uses sensory organs, they're totally accurate. There's no inaccuracy. That's why I said he does not use the same sensory organs as you use anymore.
So he's not using his six senses when he looks in the wall. He's not using his six senses. That's why it has to be that he's facing the wall.
You have to ask him, well, how do I know? I told you I don't understand him.
Oh.
How can I explain to him why he does things? I excuse myself already. I can't comment on him because I don't understand him. Okay? I profess ignorance. I don't understand why he does things because I can't see them.
Thank you very much for your question.
Okay, we're all confused about that. Yes?
It's like this. Your mom says, this apple is delicious. And then your grandmother says, this apple is delicious because they tried all of them.
Yes.
And then the boy says, I don't want to eat it. And he just asks, so how is it the taste?
Yes.
Is it sweet or more sweet or is it less sweet? I think it's just like that. I think you just have to do it.
That's right, absolutely. That's what meditation is about. You have to do it to know what I'm talking about. This is why this reference book from Master Hsuan Hua is so important. Okay? This book here, it gives you the high standards. Gives you a range of very high standards, so you know that these are high. These are the criteria that all meditation need to measure up against. So that's why I said you should read this book first and read mine, or read this book, because it has to be consistent. They cannot contradict. Chan is the same. It presented at different levels, that's all. It should not be contradictory. Okay, then it's Chan. Okay, and what happened is that this book here, the problem with his book is that he doesn't tell you how to get up here. He doesn't tell you how you're going to lay the foundation and get up there. This is the failure of this book, if you ask me. Okay? Master Hsien Hua never really explained to you how to build the foundation of Chan. That's why I decided after all these years, I said I need to help you understand the foundation of Chan. Okay? What it takes, what his meditation is about. Alright? So, but with that, then it prepares you to go up to this level. So it's a preparation ground to go to that level. I will tell you that my Chan handbook, our Chan handbook, will not go as far as this book here. It will not. Okay? But this book here lacks the preparation grounds for you to get up there. All right. Any other questions? It's 11 already. It doesn't look like I have a chance to talk to you about what I want to talk to you, another thing. Because lunch is sacred. I don't care what you do. You love Chan and everything, but to me, lunch is lunch. Okay? This is when we stop, we go back to the dining hall and enjoy the food of the Vietnamese people labor. Okay? Does it make sense to you? It is time to enjoy the food. It's time to work hard. All right? Okay. Thanks for coming. Let's go to lunch now.